My name is Ilisha Thiru Purcell and I'm part of the Poets of Colour Incubator. So for me, poetry is a way of archiving in the present. It keeps me observant and in awe of the world that we live in. I really resonate with the quote by Mina Alexander, which says that we have poetry so we do not die of history. Poetry is a way that I digest things that have happened to me and my community and make sense of the world around me. But it's also how I commemorate important moments, especially moments of connection and love, and kind of, I guess, keep those moments for myself and also share them with others. So for me as a poet, I'm really interested in the themes of bodies and space, and bodies themselves as a landscape and a territory in themselves. I'm inspired by classical Tamil love poetry and the way in which in that bodies become their own landscapes. As someone who's queer and mixed race, I'm interested and often positioned in places of liminality and being in the in-between. And I really enjoy poetry and like to write poetry that comes from that liminal space and kind of sees that as a really productive and generative space. I like poetry that breaks things down and makes us see things differently. I use poetry as a way kind of to connect and find moments of connection with others, but I also like that you can resonate and see into worlds that you might not be experiencing on a day-to-day. So my incubator idea is about sleep, access to sleep and dreams, and the importance of dreams and kind of being a landscape and a language of their own. We all know that sleep is essential to health, and more recently, more research is coming out about the impacts of lack of sleep on your health in both the long term and the short term. And I think in the UK, we get fed a lot of information about things that you can do to kind of improve your sleep. Maybe it's putting your phone away, meditating before bed, but there are so many factors that prevent people from being able to access good quality sleep. And, you know, there's a myriad of them, but lots of people work night shifts. You might have health conditions or be dealing with the impacts of trauma or be living in unsafe conditions, which are really barriers to kind of having that good quality sleep and space and time for yourself. And also more globally, how does sleep and dreams fit alongside those who are experiencing genocide and other forms of global conflict? So my project really explores sleep as a health inequality. And the questions that I'm interested in looking into and exploring poetically are, do our dreams mean anything? Can our dreams tell us anything about the world that we live in? And do we all have the same access to sleep? So when I started on the incubator, I was thinking about sleep from my own experience of nightmares and insomnia. But I knew that because I was thinking about sleep as a global issue, I wanted my project to have a wider focus. I started talking to the people around me about their relationship with sleep and dreams, and what this turned into was having interviews with people about sleep and how sleep is for them, and then writing poems from those interviews. And because every person is unique and their relationship to sleep is unique, every poem has a different form, which has been really interesting and a way to kind of push myself creatively whilst learning about how people around me and the communities around me are kind of coping with sleep or lack thereof. So for the project, I'm looking to see, especially for the performance, how I can collaborate with different artists. I'm interested in the role of potentially music or visual art in relation to sleep and dreams, particularly because dreams are so related to our subconscious and almost are beneath language, that I'm interested in ways that can explore this that are non-verbal and how that can support it and make it a lot more interactive in the performance. So when it comes to how I want people to engage with my poetic idea and practice, it's interesting because my guess is that a high proportion of the people either listening to my work or coming to the drop-ins might be tired and also might not have had the best sleep either the night before or like the weeks before. So I want people to come as they are and come with their relationship to sleep in their mind. I'm interested in how we can collectively reframe sleep and access to it as a health inequality, and I'm interested in people bringing to me and talking to me about experiences that I also haven't come across through research and the interviews. I hope that my work allows for connection, but also lets us all see into how differently we all experience sleep and dreams. So the extract that I'm going to be reading is from a poem that I wrote, which was inspired by an interview with my friend about her relationship with sleep and dreams. And within the poem, if you see it on the page, there are parts that are in italics, and these are from the final episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the episode is called Chosen. And the title of the poem is Threat Simulation Theory, and it links to a theory about dreams that some scientists believe that things in our dreams are being acted out so that we can almost overcome threats. And this kind of explores that and the way in which the threats that you might be experiencing in your dreams will differ greatly depending on your identity. It's an equation, she says, to convert a nightmare to a dream. So here's the part where you make a choice. To transmute fear into freedom, I need power. What if you could have that power now? Not of the mind, not of the mouth, but of the body. Power externalized, a superpower. Strength, speed, agility, I'll take it all. This woman is more powerful than all of them combined. Small brown hands become a shelter, a shield, a time machine, a sacrifice.